Hi, I'm Gian.
And I'm Jesse.
We're your hosts and Hyundai product specialists. And this is another special head-to-head edition of Hyundai Showroom Walkaround. Today, we're going to see how the all-new 2022 Tucson Limited compares against its top competitors.
Now, Gian, the press has already been weighing in with their takes, and they've been pretty great for Tucson, including this one from AutoTrader. Overall, the 2022 Tucson is a compelling offering, outpointing the competition primarily the Honda CR-V and Toyota RAV4 in several areas, not least being Hyundai's outstanding warranty.
Wow, sounds like they're fans. Let's see why the reviewers feel that way by taking a look at the 2022 Tucson Limited,
the 2021 Toyota RAV4 Limited,
and instead of the CR-V, we're going with another top-selling model, the 2021 Nissan Rogue Platinum. Before we get started with the walkthroughs, Jesse's going to kick things off with some details.
Now, the RAV4 gets 35 mpg on the highway and puts out 203 horsepower from a 2.5-liter engine and 8-speed automatic. It's priced at $34,880, and with all-wheel drive, $36,280. Now, the Rogue gets 34 mpg on the highway and puts out 181 horsepower from a 2.5-liter engine. It uses continuous variable valve timing and is priced at $35,830, and with all-wheel drive, $37,230. Now, the Tucson gets 33 mpg on the highway and puts out 187 horsepower from a 2.5-liter engine and 8-speed automatic transmission. It's priced at $34,850, and with H-Track all-wheel drive, $36,350.
So, you've seen the key numbers. They're all compact SUVs that seat up to 5, and they're all popular for a reason, right, Jesse?
Absolutely, Gian. I mean, they all have the safety, versatility, tech innovation, and comfort that everybody is looking for in an SUV. But obviously, they're not all the same, so let's take a look at what makes them different.
All right, starting with design. Size-wise, Tucson is wider and lower than RAV4 and Rogue, which gives it a sleeker, sportier stance and proportions. As for how they look, as you can see, Tucson truly stands apart with a bold, modern design that's impossible to ignore. By comparison, even though they have their own style, RAV4 and Rogue look kind of similar.
Yeah, about RAV4, it went for a more rugged appeal. You can see the boxier, wider proportions. And then you have Rogue, which shares that boxier profile. I mean, overall, I'd say it's a nice, understated design. Now, what do you think of the front ends?
The LED daytime running lights on Tucson are the most striking exterior feature among all three of these SUVs, or any SUV for that matter. The 10 LED lights stay hidden in the grille until you turn them on. You'll find a lot of unexpected yet thoughtful details like this all over Tucson. And the premium LED headlights are down here, closer to the road for better illumination.
Now, RAV4 also has LED headlights in DRLs, and it groups them together in this headlight area here. So it takes a much more traditional approach there. But like Tucson, Rogue takes that innovative approach of putting its LED DRLs above its LED headlights.
Now about the grille. We've already seen how the stealth DRLs are seamlessly integrated in it, and your eyes are easily drawn to the modern parametric design. And the dark chrome accents and matching badge make it all that more premium and striking.
The grille design on RAV4 is aggressive looking, with the silver textured finish up top here. And then down below, you have this big lower vent surrounded by quite a bit of cladding, adding to that rugged, truckish theme. Now, over on Rogue, the grille flows a bit into the hood. It has what Nissan calls V-motion design, which is framed by these thick chrome borders. And then down below, on the front vent, a silver trim runs along the bottom.
Let's move on to the profile, shall we?
Now, the beefier proportions of RAV4 carry over from the previous year's design. So as you can see, it's a bit squared off over the wheels and at the very front end through here. And Rogue has a boxier, more vertical profile than its previous design, with a squared off front end, just like the RAV4.
Compared to those two, Tucson's profile is sleeker and sportier, especially with the gloss black side pillars and angular wheel arches. It's enhanced with strong character lines that give the sides a bold, chiseled surface. And check out these stunning wheels on Tucson. These 19-inch alloys come standard with the Limited trim.
RAV4 Limited also has standard 19-inch alloys. Same thing goes for Rogue's Platinum trim.
Heading to the back, you immediately notice the distinctive lighting signature with the vertical LED taillight spears. And they're connected with the LED strip all the way across. Down below, you have a parametric bumper and diffuser with premium design accents that are exclusive to the limited trim. And above, you got a spoiler. But the really cool part is what you can't see, which is a rear wiper that's tucked away underneath, giving it a clean, uncluttered look.
Now on RAV4, you're also going to get a rear spoiler, though Gion, no cool secret wiper like the Tucson, so it's just not as clean looking. The taillights are LED, and again down below, you're going to see a lot of gray cladding. Moving on to the Rogue, we have a rear spoiler and LED taillights, and just like the front end, you get a rear profile that's more squared off in shape.
All right, we've taken a good look at the exterior of all three SUVs. Overall, although they share a lot of the same features, they all have their own distinct style. But Jesse, you have to say, the Tucson's design is doing some really cool new things. Some things that we haven't seen out there. Now let's go ahead and check out the inside.
Let's do it.
Jesse, as soon as you sit down, it really hits you how different the inside of Tucson is. I mean, everything about it is really open, really modern, a refreshing new look on interiors.
Now the RAV4 has a neat, organized look. It's a nice overall feel. Things seem to be laid out well, but I gotta admit, Gion, it comes across a bit conventional compared to Tucson. Rogue has a comfortable space with interesting styling cues. But again, Gion, like RAV4, it's just not as open or modern as Tucson. It does have a panoramic sunroof though, which is great. And you'll find one inside RAV4 too.
Jesse, of course, Tucson's also got one. Going lower, what about legroom?
Gion, they're pretty similar in the front row with the edge going to the Rogue. But Tucson's rear legroom is best in class.
Following up about what I said earlier about how open everything is on the Tucson, I mean, just look at the dash. There's no hood above the gauge, giving a more flat, streamlined appearance. And the center stack elegantly flows down the middle of the dash.
Now the RAV4's dash, by comparison, seems a bit crowded. A lot of elements packed on here, perhaps a little bit too much. As for Rogue, it has a more elegant and clean design than RAV4. But I gotta say, it's still not quite as modern as Tucson.
Jesse, one more thing about the dash. You see the central air vents here, but there are also smaller air vents integrated into the dash. Tucson has a new multi-air mode technology that softens the airflow coming out of these vents. I mean, it's amazing how indirect climate control like this really upgrades your interior experience. And it's just one of the many amazing and thoughtful details you'll find inside Tucson.
All right, let's move on to something that's truly important.
And that's helping keep you and your family safe. It's why Hyundai put so much effort and development into their SmartSense active safety features. It's an advanced network of cameras and sensors that act like an extra set of eyes to help keep you aware of what's around you. It can warn you of potential collisions and in some situations even apply braking to help you avoid them.
Now RAV4 has a similar system of safety features, Toyota Safety Sense, and Rogue has Nissan Safety Shield 360.
One of the best parts is that every safety feature we're going over is standard on Tucson Limited. Let's see how RAV4 and Rogue compare. Tucson has forward collision avoidance assist with pedestrian detection, cyclist detection, and junction turning. It uses a camera and radar sensors to help prevent accidents up front. So not only can it detect a pedestrian or a cyclist, the junction turning function can detect an oncoming vehicle when turning left at an intersection.
Wow. Okay, so both RAV4 and Rogue have pedestrian and cyclist detection, but neither, unfortunately, has that junction turning feature.
What about safe exit warning? Hyundai was the first to feature this technology. Let's say you're pulled over on the side of the road and someone in the back seat is about to get out. Well, if the radar senses a vehicle approaching from behind, it'll give you visual and audio warnings.
Well, Gion, that's great that Tucson has it, but it's not available on RAV4 or Rogue.
Another Hyundai innovation, ultrasonic rear occupant alert. It uses an ultrasonic sensor to monitor the back seat after the driver gets out. If it detects movement, it honks the horn, flashes the lights, and it even sends an alert to your smartphone.
Also not on RAV4 or Rogue.
Finally, here's one of the more innovative safety features, blind spot view monitor. So Jesse, when you're changing lanes and you put the turn signal on, a camera on the side view mirror shows you the blind spot view monitor, right there for a quick glance on the instrument cluster. So your eyes can stay forward, remaining alert to what's ahead.
Okay, that is impressive. Unfortunately, RAV4 doesn't have it. And same goes for Rogue.
With all these incredible safety technologies, it's no surprise Tucson was awarded 2021 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. All right, now that we covered safety, we'll shift over to tech. You want your SUV to have cutting-edge technology, but obviously you want it to be intuitive and easy to use. Bottom line, you want it to help make life a little easier. Which brings us to our first innovation, Remote Smart Parking Assist. Your Tucson can park itself, even when you're not inside. It can back into and pull out of a tight parking spot with just a push of your smart key button. What about RAV4 or Rogue?
That's a negative on both, Gian.
What about a feature that turns your smartphone into a key like Hyundai Digital Key? Or you can use this key card. Just place it next to the door to unlock it. You can use it to turn on the engine, and you can even share your digital key with friends and family to their Android smartphone device.
Nah, Gian, doesn't look like RAV4 lets you use your phone like that. And ditto for Rogue.
Moving things inside, Tucson has wireless device charging. So Jesse, there's no need to deal with cord clutter.
That's something RAV4 has, as well as Rogue.
With 15 watts of charging power, Tucson can wirelessly charge your compatible device faster, so it doesn't get too hot while it's charging. Jesse, do those have that too?
That would be a no for both.
I know you're a big infotainment fan, so you'd really appreciate Tucson's 10.25-inch touchscreen. Not only is everything big, so it's easier to read, but it's got a user-friendly interface too.
Now, RAV4's touchscreen is just 8 inches, but the on-screen controls and interface are clear and simple enough. Rogue has a bigger touchscreen than RAV4 at 9 inches.
Shifting things over to the shifter, Tucson uses push buttons to change gears.
RAV4, on the other hand, uses a conventional shifter. Rogue uses shift-by-wire, but not push buttons.
What about the other big screen? Tucson's got a 10.25-inch digital instrument cluster. Your speedometer and fuel gauge never look so crisp and clear in high definition.
The RAV4 doesn't have one. As you can see, it's just regular gauges. Rogue, on the other hand, has a 12-inch display.
Now we're going to talk about the U in SUV utility. Tucson is big on versatility and convenience. This is the hands-free smart liftgate with auto open. All you have to do is get close, it can detect you and automatically open up, just like this. Perfect for when you have your hands full.
Yeah, so the RAV4 has it too, but you have to use your leg. And the same goes for Rogue.
Tucson's got plenty of cargo space for you to use however you want, thanks to the 60/40 split fold-down rear seats.
Well, the RAV4 and Rogue also have 60/40 split fold-down rear seats. But more importantly, how much can they carry? Well, Gian, the numbers don't lie. Tucson has the most cargo space, whether the seats are up or down. So you got all of your stuff loaded up and you're now ready to hit the road. But how comfortable is the ride going to be? Gian, let's find out. Tucson and Rogue have you covered when it comes to leather seating surfaces. RAV4, on the other hand, uses leatherette. Are those seats heated? Because RAV4 has them up front. So does Rogue.
Heated seats in the front and back for Tucson.
You can get heated rear seats on RAV4, but I can't say the same for Rogue.
So Jesse, what about ventilated seats for those hot August afternoons? Tucson's got your back, literally.
You can get ventilated seats for RAV4, but again, no dice for Rogue.
So far, we've seen beautiful design and amazing features. Now, what about overall quality? Hyundai sets a very high standard when it comes to the SUVs and cars they make, which is why J.D. Power named the 2021 Tucson #1 in initial quality for compact SUVs. And Jesse, when you talk quality, you also have to look at what it's built from. That's why Hyundai produces its own advanced high-strength steel for its vehicles. It's what helps make Tucson very strong and very light, helping improve performance and safety. And finally, we should see how these companies take care of you once you're ready to buy and an owner of their vehicles. And you know when you buy a Tucson, Hyundai's got your back because you're getting America's best warranty. A 10-year or 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
Well, Toyota and Nissan both have a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
With every new Hyundai, you get a 5-year, 60,000-mile new vehicle limited warranty.
Toyota and Nissan have a 3-year, 36,000-mile new vehicle limited warranty.
And with Hyundai, you get 5 years, unlimited miles of 24-hour roadside assistance.
Well, that's the same with Nissan. However, Toyota has a 2-year unlimited miles, 24-hour roadside assistance.
Another thing you can count on is every new Hyundai comes with Hyundai complimentary maintenance. That's regular scheduled oil changes, oil filters, and tire rotations for the first 3 years or 36,000 miles, whichever comes first.
Wow, Gian. Well, Nissan doesn't have that, but Toyota does have its Toyota Care no-cost maintenance plan. However, that's only for the first 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first.
All right, we've reached the conclusion of this head-to-head edition of Hyundai Showroom Walkaround.
Now, all three SUVs have a lot going for them. You can see why they're so popular in such a competitive category. But I gotta say, Gian, I think the Tucson really stands out, though, even amongst tough competitors like the RAV4 and the Rogue.
Inside and out, Tucson really pushes the envelope on design, safety, and comfort. I mean, not to mention some super thoughtful tech innovations that you just don't see on RAV4 or Rogue. I mean, it's incredible what Hyundai designers and engineers were able to accomplish.
And Gian, they were able to do that with not just one, but 3 Tucson models. That's because you can also choose Tucson Hybrid or Tucson Plug-in Hybrid. All right, Gian, well, it seems like we have reached the end here. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you again soon on another episode of Hyundai Showroom Walkaround.